So, Neil Sean put out a video yesterday or the day before saying that Meghan and Harry are on the rocks. Well, I think I called that quite a bit ago, and Prince Harry, I told you it was coming.
Imagine crafting the perfect public image, only to have your own family quietly waiting for the right moment to reveal the secrets you've worked years to bury. That's exactly the situation Meghan Markle finds herself in. From smiling holiday photos to her struggling Netflix projects, every carefully curated moment is meant to show happiness and success, but behind the cameras, family tensions are boiling over in the Philippines. Her half-brother, Thomas Markle Jr., is caring for their 81-year-old father, who recently underwent a serious medical procedure. And sources suggest he may finally be ready to speak about aspects of Meghan's past that have never seen the light of day. What exactly does he know? And why might he choose now, as their father faces a health crisis, to potentially reveal everything? The timing, the rumors, and the whispers all point to one thing. This story is far from over. And what Thomas Jr. allegedly has to say could change how the world sees Meghan Markle forever. Thomas Markle Jr. is not your typical royal commentator. He's Meghan's half-brother, someone who actually knows her from childhood and witnessed the early years before fame and media frenzy. Unlike random commentators online, Thomas Jr. has first-hand insight into Meghan's life, her character, and the way she interacted with family long before she became a duchess. He's never been shy about speaking his mind. Back in 2018, just before Meghan's wedding to Prince Harry, Thomas Jr. wrote an open letter warning Harry about what he saw as her true character. He didn't hold back calling her phony, shallow, and even a bully, and begged Harry to reconsider the marriage. Harry ignored the warning, and over the next 7 years, the public has watched as family drama, controversies, and royal tensions unfolded in ways Thomas Jr. predicted. That history is important because it shows he's not just some outsider spreading gossip. He saw Meghan up close, and he wasn't afraid to speak the truth as he saw it. Which raises a question everyone is asking now. If he knew what he did back then, what else might he know about her past? Especially during the years when she was still navigating Hollywood and building connections in elite social circles. Everything changed when Thomas Markle Sr., Meghan's father, faced a serious medical emergency. Recently, he underwent a leg amputation, and Thomas Jr. became his primary caregiver in the Philippines, handling the day-to-day challenges of his father's recovery. The situation put a spotlight on family loyalty and, for many, the stark contrast between Meghan's public persona and her private choices. Sources suggest Meghan has been largely absent, allegedl, why sending only a single letter through representatives while her brother manages the hands-on care. For someone who has spent years protecting her image, this perceived distance has reportedly pushed Thomas Jr. to a breaking point. Suddenly, family loyalty that once kept him silent may no longer hold. This crisis isn't just about health. It's about timing, access, and opportunity. When someone has watched over a loved one during a critical period and feels ignored by a sibling who claims to care publicly, the emotional pressure can motivate revelations that might never have come otherwise. And that's why insiders are now speculating that Thomas Jr. could finally speak out about long-held knowledge of Meghan's past. The question on everyone's mind: what exactly might he reveal, and why now? Long before Meghan Markle became a duchess, rumors about her time on luxury yachts were already swirling. Photos exist from her pre-fame years showing her aboard yachts in destinations like Monaco and the Mediterranean, often alongside wealthy older men. That much is factual. The images are real, but the interpretation has always been murky. Speculation about these yacht years has persisted for over a decade. Some claim she mingled with elite circles, gaining access to powerful connections and opportunities that weren't available to most struggling actresses in Los Angeles. Others point to these years as a mysterious period in her life that suddenly vanished from public discussion once she rose to international fame. It's crucial to be clear. No verified evidence links Meghan to illegal activity, and many of the claims circulating online remain unconfirmed. What makes this story captivating is the idea of insider knowledge, someone who was there, someone who might have seen or heard more than the public knows. That's where Thomas Markle Jr. allegedly comes into play, suggesting that the rumors may not be random speculation, but based on observations from someone who knew her personally during those years. And if that's true, it raises another question. Could these long-circulated rumors finally gain a credible voice? And if so, what could they reveal about the path that led Meghan from Hollywood to royalty? One of the most persistent elements of these yacht rumors is the occasional mention of Prince Andrew. Andrew's well-documented association with Jeffrey Epstein has kept him in the spotlight for years. And naturally, people have started asking questions about others who might have crossed paths with him in those elite social circles. Some sources speculate that Meghan's pre-fame years included interactions with people connected to that world through social events, parties, and yacht gatherings in Europe. Again, it's important to stress, no verified evidence shows Meghan engaged in wrongdoing or had a direct connection to Andrew's actions. The claims are about shared social environments, not criminal involvement. Debunked photos have complicated the story. In past years, images of a woman on a yacht were mistakenly identified as Meghan when in fact they showed someone else. Yet for many, the confusion only fueled questions. Why would someone attempt to misidentify photos unless there was a reason to obscure the truth? This kind of ambiguity keeps speculation alive and makes insider testimony like that allegedly held by Thomas Jr. seem potentially significant. And this is why Thomas Jr.'s potential revelations carry weight. He was present in Meghan's life during these years and may have first-hand knowledge of her travels, the social circle she moved in, and the people she met, context that could explain the long-standing intrigue surrounding her yacht years. Sources say Thomas Markle Jr. may know more about Meghan's early adult years than anyone outside the family. Allegedly, he witnessed aspects of her lifestyle, heard first-hand stories about her travels and the elite social circles she navigated, and has insight into the kinds of parties and gatherings she attended before fame. There are multiple versions of the rumors. Some claim he heard Meghan mention encounters with influential figures, possibly including names that now spark intense curiosity, while others suggest he observed financial or logistical details of her trips that didn't fully add up. All of these remain unverified, but the consistency of the reports is enough to make people wonder, could Thomas Jr. have knowledge that fills in gaps long speculated about in tabloids and social media? What makes this even more compelling is timing. With their father facing a serious medical crisis, Thomas Jr. has reportedly reached a breaking point. Sources say he feels frustrated and upset over Meghan's absence and perceived indifference, which could motivate him to finally speak about what he knows. His credibility comes from proximity. He lived through those years. He was family. And he has already demonstrated he isn't afraid to voice uncomfortable truths publicly. This combination of personal experience, long-standing observation, and current emotional pressure makes Thomas Jr. one of the few people who could transform long-circulating rumors into something that feels immediate and credible. And with family dynamics now strained, insiders suggest the moment for disclosure may be closer than ever. Thomas Markle Jr. hasn't stayed silent in the public eye. In recent interviews, he's expressed frustration and embarrassment over how Meghan is handling their father's health crisis. He's described feeling sorry for her, a striking shift from his earlier tone of warning and criticism. This is someone who once pleaded with Prince Harry not to marry Meghan, calling her a phony and a bully. Now, his words suggest a deeper level of disappointment and perhaps even anger. The significance of these statements is in the change of context. Before, his comments were warnings to others. Now, they reflect personal exasperation and a sense of betrayal. Sources claim this could be a precursor to him going further, possibly sharing long-held knowledge of Meghan's early years, her lifestyle, and the elite circle she navigated, even without new revelations. These public comments signal a shift. When someone who has consistently protected a sibling begins speaking openly about frustration and embarrassment, it hints that the barriers keeping secrets hidden may be weakening. For many observers, this is the clearest indication yet that Thomas Jr. might finally decide to speak in a more detailed way, potentially giving new context to the yacht rumors and other unanswered questions about Meghan's past. The real question now is not just what he knows, but whether he'll choose to share it. Then how much of the long-speculated story will finally be revealed if Thomas Markle Jr. decides to go public? The implications could be far-reaching, but it's important to frame them carefully. Any revelations would not be about proven wrongdoing. Rather, they would shape public perception of Meghan's early adult years, her choices, and the social circles she navigated before fame. For Prince Harry, the timing could be awkward. He has publicly positioned himself as an advocate for victims and a protector of vulnerable people. If new information suggested Meghan had been connected even socially to circles tied to controversial figures, it could cast a complicated shadow over his own image and advocacy. Within the royal family, tensions could resurface as well. Long-standing reservations reportedly held by Prince William and even Queen Elizabeth make more sense when seen in the context of these unverified claims. If details from Meghan's yacht years or elite connections were confirmed, even indirectly through Thomas Jr.'s testimony, it would help explain the royal family's cautious approach. Over the years, at the same time, the situation underscores a personal dimension. Thomas Jr. has reportedly lost family loyalty at this point. With Meghan allegedly ignoring their father during a medical crisis, he may feel no reason to stay silent any longer. Whether he chooses a book, an interview, or both, the potential to reveal new information about Meghan's past is heightened simply by his motive and access. For the public, the question remains, what will actually come out? And how will it change the narrative we've followed for years? The pieces are in place, but nothing has officially broken yet. Right now, no bombshell has dropped. No interview, no book, no official statement. And yet, the stage is set. Thomas Markle Jr. has motive, access, and first-hand knowledge of Meghan's early adult years that have long been shrouded in rumors, questions, and speculation. The story isn't just about yachts or elite social circles. It's about family, loyalty, and the breaking points that push someone to finally speak. With a father facing a serious health crisis and a sister reportedly absent, the emotional stakes are as high as they've ever been. What happens next could shift public perception of Meghan Markle in ways we can't predict. Or it could remain another chapter in the long list of rumors and speculation that have surrounded her life for years. Either way, the tension is real, the players are in place. And one thing is clear, Thomas Jr. knows things the public does not, and if he chooses to share them, the carefully constructed image Meghan has built could face a reckoning. For now, the world watches and waits, knowing that the silence itself might speak louder than any revelation ever could.